Learning from past mistakes, the party stocks up on supplies to aid them in their next adventure. Planning to leave the next day, the party rests and Piper goes to meet Philia to gain the details of her date with Gil. Jelltur decided he needed to pay the piper, and in spite of the repercussions he'd have to face from Piper herself, he gifted Gil the ivy-leaved rapier in order to bury the hatchet. An impromptu juggling performance at the inn left Kreg disarmed and in timeout in the basement. Jelltur opened the lockbox he had stolen from Amberfield Manor, revealing a great deal of wealth hidden inside, as Piper got in touch with her newfound arcane prowess. Upon finding out what Jelltur did with the rapier, Piper chased him through the streets to Scratch's great amusement. Kreg drunkenly escaped through the crack in the basement wall, finally causing Tilly to snap and take matters into her own hands.
Last we left off, you guys had gotten a mission from Rolf, mostly from Gilly, but you also from Rolf, to go find Bezit the half-orc who serves as Chief of Defense for Brath. He was a general at one point, and he retired here, and he has been serving under Rolf to help keep the town's defenses up. Rolf doesn't want to make a move without him, but he went down the west path, up towards Garrun's Fangs. Rolf is sending you to go find Bezit and bring him back so that he can administer aid. You decided to take a night to rest up, get everything you needed before you headed out. In that time, Kreg somehow pissed off Tilly again. I don't remember what he did this time.
He was locked in the basement.
That's right. He charged outside, drunkenly, through a wall. The next morning, you found him buried up to his neck with a pile of stones around his entire head except for his eyes, and Sebastian the lemur sitting on top of the pile, eating fruit and dropping the pit on top. And as you came around, Kreg saw you and informed you he had to pee, and then didn't. And that is where we left off. So
who's gonna dig him out?
Can you get me out?
Well, we found Kreg.
Actually, Bryan, can I try to get out on my own?
You know what? Give it a shot.
Yeah, hold on.
Go ahead and roll. The DC is very high. You are literally buried alive.
Bryan, what am I rolling at? Is it just a straight roll?
This is a strength roll, not even athletics. This is literally just strength.
I'm assuming that we can see him start visibly shaking, trying to get himself out.
You can only see his eyes.
I'm gonna say 17 probably does. I would probably need a nat 20 to get it.
You're like...
Even then, maybe not.
Nothing.
I fart.
Okay? Is he breathing okay? If one of his eyes is showing?
You just hear the grunting, and then all of a sudden you hear...
That was me.
So 1, 2, 3, not it. Got it.
Not it.
No.
Okay, fine. I'll do it.
So Piper starts removing the rocks. Sebastian's just kind of looking at her as she does it. She's like taking around where he's sitting, and finally it's just a rock on top of Kreg's head with the lemur sitting on it.
Sebastian dear, you have to move. Please.
He steps down off the rock and onto Kreg's face.
That'll do. And I take the last rock off.
Hi,
So a
Sebastian.
little clawed paw like digging into your nose as he's like holding onto your hair.
Ow. I love you, Sebastian. Ow.
He starts flicking his tail in your eye.
No, this is a sight.
So, how deep is he? Other than the mohawk, is there something to grab onto to pull out?
His neck. You could grab him under the head and try to pull him out. You might break his neck in the process and kill him, and then we have a new character to bring in.
I don't see the problem here.
So I guess I'll grab a hold of the mohawk and try to pull.
Okay. Go ahead and make a strength check.
Going balds.
Just strength, not
Just-
athletics?
Just strength.
Fuck.
You ever seen a cat just
8.
watching its food die?
You are like pulling on the hair, and Kreg, you're
ow, ow,
Okay,
ow,
okay,
ow.
sorry. I let go.
And while this is happening, I go look for a shovel.
there's one leaning against the house. The inn. There's one leaning against the inn wall.
Grab the shovel and hand it to Piper.
It actually is covered in fresh mud. You get the feeling this is the shovel Tilly used.
Probably. I guess I start digging to try to loosen the earth around him.
Alright. After about 10 minutes or so, you're not tall, Kreg. You
No.
get out.
Okay. I get out and I try to do a backflip.
Go ahead and make an acrobatics.
Why? Just why? Why is that
That
your
one
first
goes
instinct?
back in the hole.
Because reasons.
When he puts it like that.
I
So,
kind of walk over.
how does an 8 do you?
You go to do a backflip, but you're too close to the edge of the hole. Part of the edge of the hole gives, your foot kind of sinks. You fall flat on your ass and then smack your head against one of the rocks that Piper had moved. And you're laying there kind of dazed, and Sebastian just looks over you, holds a tiny pebble out, and drops it on your face.
I walk over to Jelltur. I kind of lean down. I go, at least the pet knows some tricks.
I hug Sebastian. You're my best friend.
He bites your nose.
Don't you call me that.
You're a forest gnome, yes?
Yes.
All you hear back is, Nahuk.
Ah. Yeah, no,
Right.
I can speak with tiny creatures.
You can speak with tiny creatures. You can talk to Sebastian all you want.
Sebastian, you can talk! You never talked to me before. And I just start going into a full conversation of just random things, of just like, oh my god, I got so many things to tell you. Like,
I would like to remind you that you can only communicate simple ideas.
Kreg forgets that. Basically, Craig's telling him his life story now. Or most of the life story. Like, basically, just the general things where everyone else is just like, okay, we're just gonna walk away for a bit.
Kreg,
Is anyone else
Kreg.
picturing Kronk right now?
A little
Squeak,
bit.
squeak, 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 squeaks.
But we have a mission to do. We need to go find Bezit.
Yeah, before we head out, I want to go to the blacksmith real quick and I want to go buy something real quick from the blacksmith.
What do you want to get?
I'll grab another.
Alright. So you guys approach the blacksmith. Morning there. How are y'all doing here?
I'm good. My friend talked to me. He's really cool.
We are
I basically
doing
start
just
waving it
fine.
in his face almost.
Gil is
It
just- Gil's just blankly staring at you.
He does this.
He knows.
Was the
I
time?
know he knows. I feel like it's a disclaimer. So, Gil, just a quick question for you.
Hey,
That blade that I shoot Jelltur a look. He gave you.
Have a good way.
yes, the rapier. That's
Yeah.
a nice piece right there.
It is. How much would you want for it? Just out of curiosity.
Well, the blade itself would be worth about 75 gold. I am giving you a discount,
You are.
so 25% of a number that's 75% of an easy number. Alright, so about 56 gold pieces then.
Okay, I will definitely keep it in mind. It is a very nice blade.
Oh yes, beautiful elven craftsmanship.
Mm-hmm.
Not as good as dwarvish, but they can make their stuff really pretty.
They can. And you know, sometimes you need a good showpiece.
This is very true. I got a few of those actually.
Oh?
Showpieces. Like this one. And he comes back up and he drops this giant maul onto the counter. Ah, yes, this is one of my favorites. And you see like gold inlay, and it's just there's dwarvish runes throughout the metal. There's carvings throughout the handle. It's just beautifully made.
That is gorgeous.
Hey, it held up in battle for a while too.
I'm sure.
Maybe not as long as other pieces, but this one would hold up for a while.
Well, thank you. We will certainly see you later.
Not a problem. And you'll get your grappling hook for 2 gold.
Put the 2 gold on the table.
Alright, there you are. Good luck with it.
You see me take out a small notebook from my bag. I make a note, and then I put the notebook away.
Writing down that price.
Well, yes, but something else.
Brian, as they're doing
Yes.
all this, Kreg gets bored and kind of wanders off.
Oh, no.
Oh, fuck.
He-
It also happened, like, we had a conversation for like 2 minutes.
Yeah, it
And
wasn't
Kreg
a long
wanders
conversation,
off.
and Craig wanders off. Alright. So, Craig,
I,
where are you wandering to?
I guess I'll go to the fruit stand to get Sebastian a banana.
Sylvia, you're going to Sylvia's farm stand.
Yep.
Sylvia is standing there,
Hi.
as cross as ever. Hello.
Do you have bananas?
No, I do not have any bananas.
Oh. What do you have?
I have some apples.
Mm-hmm.
I have a few plums.
Okay.
That's really it. I'm mostly vegetables. There's
Oh.
tomatoes. They're technically a fruit.
Oh, did not know that. How much for a tomato?
5 silver.
All right. I give her 5 silver or gold to get change.
Alright, she gives you 5 silver and a tomato.
Alright. Thank you. I give the tomato to Sebastian.
Sebastian begins eating the tomato. You're
Thank
welcome.
you. Thank you. I start walking back.
Oh shit, what happened to Kreg?
Are you kidding me? We looked away for 2 minutes.
I'm pretty sure that was your job.
He's walking over at this point with Sebastian and a tomato.
I cannot be held accountable for all of you.
I mean, we told you to get him a leash.
I just mutter something in Infernal and just, let's go.
He did.
Especially a short leash. How much for a leash, blacksmith?
That'll be leatherwork, and you might want to talk to Philia about that.
No, we want a metal one with chain.
You
I
think
mean-
that can hold me?
He
I
did go through a wall.
can sell you a chain.
Do you have metal collars? So is that also...
That would also be Philia's area of expertise.
Oh, I know all about that.
What do you know?
You know, we had girl talk, it's fine.
God damn it, woman.
Oh, it was also from, my own personal experience, but that is neither here nor there.
It's always the tieflings. It's always the tieflings.
And I just have a grin on my face.
But, yeah. Let's go.
We'll
Others.
deal with his
10 feet of chain
leash.
is 5 gold pieces and weighs 10 pounds.
It's also going to be really noisy if we're trying to be stealthy, though.
Clank, 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 clank. So you guys, you have your supplies, you head out. You
Yeah.
pass the guards who let you through the main gates. They close them behind you, and you see the path back to Bracken Farms where you came. And there's also a path to the west.
We go west, since that's the way we were told.
Alright. So you begin walking down this path. It's much narrower than the path between Bracken Farms and Brath. Slowly you see that the reason for this is the trees begin to enclose you on either side. You are beginning to go through the thick of the forest. Every now and then the canopy will open up and you will be granted the sight of tall, pointed mountains, slim and jagged. These mountains resemble teeth, the fangs of some great, hideous beast in the distance, and no matter how far you walk, they always seem to be about the same size. After about half a day's journey, you take a break, sit, and you prepare to eat. And you find yourself in the shadow of these fangs. Now I would like everyone to make a perception check for me.
5.
You notice nothing.
She's just making notes in her little notebook during the break.
18.
17.
21.
Alright. Scratch and Jelltur, because Kreg would notice something different with his roll. But Scratch and Jelltur, you hear rustling. All around you, there's these slight little noises, and at first you think it's just little animals. But then you're starting to get suspicious. It sounds too big. Kreg, you hear a very familiar sounding moan. You're not quite sure what it is, but it's like itching at the back of your mind that you know this sound.
Can I roll an intelligence?
I would love for you to roll an intelligence.
This is not gonna end well. Alright. A 1 with my neg.
You're just sitting there going, I know that sound. I know that. Like, you don't even hear the rustling at this point. You just hear that noise, and you're going, what is that damn sound? Jelltur, Scratch, do you do anything? You have a round to react.
Something's here. And can I ready an action
You may ready an action.
to defend ourselves?
What do you mean something is here?
Well, this is, all of this is being done in 6 seconds.
Yeah, so I draw my rapier.
Yeah, that's all I can
and
say.
I take the dodge action.
Alright.
I guess they're on mine too.
Piper, seeing Scratch and Jelltur get into a defensive position, you draw your rapier and you look around, you have no idea what they're hearing, what they're sensing, you get none of it. And Kreg, you're sitting there just scratching your chin like, what is that sound? And all of a sudden, it clicks for you as dozens of little forms come flying out of the underbrush, the trees. They're jumping out of the trees, and this bwah noise starts, and they start spinning and dancing and singing in a language you do not understand as the sound of bagpipes begin to just echo through the forest. These tiny little lizard-like creatures, their faces painted, wearing strange costumes, just spinning and dancing all around you. And you can all make a nature check if you like.
Fuck. Oh, that's good. 21.
You are surrounded by kobolds.
4.
You are surrounded by little lizard creatures.
14.
They're kobolds.
Can I join them?
You
4.
may. Yeah, Scratch, you have no idea what these
There's some
creatures
kind of
are.
lizard.
They're just singing and dancing around you. With the 21 Piper, you recognize that these creatures are kobolds, and they seem to be some kind of performers.
Oh, so I will put my rapier away. I will take out my viol and strike a tune to go with the bagpipes.
Kreg starts doing a jig with the closest person doing a jig and kind of following his lead.
They start hooking arms, and now Kreg is moving through the crowd of kobolds all around you. Jelltur and Scratch, you're just standing there, looking at this scene.
What?
Bryan, I start a can line with them.
So all around you, you have kobolds and Kreg doing a can line.
I'd
like to make a wisdom save.
You may make a wisdom save if you like.
16?
16. You managed to hold on to your sanity, but you're wondering what the hell is going on here. You don't, reel back and hit somebody that gets too close. You recognize that these creatures don't mean you harm.
I'm
They're
just
confusing as
dumbfounded.
hell.
I'm just dumbfounded right now. Like, in character, in out. I don't know. Actually caught off guard.
I mean, he said they were performers.
I pull out the 3 hand axes again.
Oh my god.
No.
You
No.
pull the 3 hand
Outside.
axes, and Piper just puts her hand on yours. And then the song ends and they all strike a
Fine.
pose.
Is it like the Ginyu Force pose?
No, they're all just kind of... It's like the end of a musical kind of pose.
Oh, okay. Well, Kreg is just like, yes, encore.
Please, no.
Garatsu!
No.
I repeat the word back.
Garatsu!
Kreg looks at him and goes, carrot suit.
They're just kind of looking at you strangely. Another one starts pushing his way through. This one is wearing... He's not as vibrant as the others, but he walks up and goes, Hi!
Oh god, it's the manager.
Hey,
Hi.
Hi!
No, it's another one.
Hi.
what is your name, friend?
I'm Sid!
Sig?
Sid!
Sid. It is a pleasure to meet you. I'm Piper.
Nice to meet you too.
I'm
We are the
Kreg.
Merry Kobold Circus Troupe.
Merry Kobold Circus.
Would you like to come see our show?
Yes.
No.
Now?
Kreg just automatically just goes yes.
As soon as Kreg says yes, he turns around and he goes, "Get up to it!" And all of the kobolds cheer and start running around. And they're pulling wood out of the forest. They're setting up a stage. They're setting up chairs right in the middle of the road.
I was going to say where and when, but apparently
Now!
it means here and now.
Yes!
Yeah, and now.
We are kind of on a mission, as wonderful as you guys are, and I'm sure we would love to see you another time, but...
No.
A mission where?
Kreg is helping them build.
Kreg is like carrying part of the stage with kobolds hanging off either end.
There's a half-orc friend of ours who is in trouble, and we were tasked to go and find him.
Big guy?
Big guy, Bezit is his name. Have you seen or heard
He
anything?
like puts two fingers next to either side of his mouth, imitating tusks, which is funny because he has very pointy teeth.
Yes, I do. I actually do the same motion, tusks.
Ah, he didn't want to see the performance.
I agree.
I mean, it's his loss, clearly, because you guys are amazing, but do you remember where you saw him or when you saw him, perhaps?
Here!
Here?
Yeah,
Points at, like, the spot we're at.
we live here.
When did you see him? Long time ago?
Yeah,
So I guess
he was going that way. And he points at the mountains.
Yeah. That's where we're going, too, because we need to go and find him.
Yeah, we can't go back there.
Why?
We got kicked out. That's where we used to live.
Why would you get kicked out?
I can't imagine why.
Bad people moved in.
What kind of bad people?
There were some little people, and there was some big people, and they were bad.
Little people, big people, bad. Could
Yeah.
you describe them a little bit for me?
They were green.
Green. Are you talking about the little ones being green or the big ones being green?
Yeah.
Both?
No.
The little ones were green?
Yeah.
Okay. And the big ones, what were they like?
Hey, he was mean.
Mean? Was it one big guy?
Yeah, he'd wave his hands and bad things would happen.
I see. How long ago were you guys kicked out? A longer time than before you saw our friend?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How out of curiosity, how long is your performance? Because, I mean, you guys are very, very good.
It's a good one.
Craig's just like 5, 6, 7, 8.
All the kobolds are tap dancing on stage, none of them in time with one another, so it's just like a really bad rendition of Stomp.
So, little green guys when big guy waves hand and bad things happen. I suppose we should stay for the performance, but then we do have to go and find our friend.
Okay.
Craig's trying to tap dance, but he's doing like a bad job of it. It's like they're out of time, but they at least look like they've taken classes and like some sort of training. Craig's just kind of just stomping his feet on the ground and just kind of trying to like imitate but failing horribly.
So it's like shit river dance.
Basically.
So the show begins, and you guys are ushered to your seats by some very excited kobolds. There's like 5 rows, and all of you are ushered into the front row.
Where's Kreg? Because he was on the stage with them.
He's on the stage currently.
Okay, that's all I need to know.
Yep. And they start with a little acrobat routine, and it's actually pretty impressive. They're swinging from bars and ropes, and they look like they're going to crash into each other constantly. You're like, oh god, but then they always seem to just perfectly move and avoid it. And you're like, wait a minute, they're actually good. Then they get to the dance number, which is less good. Kreg actually does join in on this one, and it's very much like that attempt at Riverdance. None of them are in time with one another. But then Sid walks onto the stage, and he goes, Volunteer? Hey, volunteer!
I'll raise
Not
my
it.
hand.
All right, so Piper, you raise your hand and go up there.
Yeah.
He goes, stand here, and he puts you in a certain place.
I do as he says.
All right, he walks away as a couple kobolds kind of drop down from the top and put an apple on your head. Bye! And go up. As you turn and see that Sid has a bow and arrow pointed at you.
Oh no.
All right, let me get his character sheet out.
Don't chip my horn. Please don't chip my horn.
The arrow comes flying at you, and that's all you hear. And then two halves of an apple fall onto either side of your horns and fall to the ground, cut perfectly in half.
And I actually applaud.
He rolled a 24.
Very nicely done, my friend.
Thanks! Next! They put something else on top of your head.
Oh, okay.
You just rolled a natural 20. Yeah.
That works.
Yeah. I just rolled a 17 and a natural 20 for the joke part of
So-
this.
So what was he aiming for?
You guys see a kiwi sitting on her head that doesn't exist anymore. You just feel like juice dribble down the sides of your head. You like reach up and take this mush that's left.
Ugh.
And he just looks up and goes, huh, I never got that one before.
I'm glad that you did. And yeah. What's next?
Well, we have the knife throwers. They haven't really been practicing though.
Craig's like, I've been practicing.
Perfect! And he grabs you and pulls you onto stage, Kreg. And the knife jugglers come out. And they start juggling their knives.
Yeah.
At you.
And I am out of the way.
Piper's back in her seat like, that was terrifying.
All right.
Kreg,
so
do you take out your hand axes?
Yeah. You may actually get your dead kobolds, Brian.
Yep.
Oh no.
Give me an acrobatics check.
Okay, I'm actually not horrible with that.
You
Some
begin
of them are
juggling.
very nice.
You begin juggling your hand axes like they're juggling their knives.
Oh god. Oh, okay, good. It's not horrible. It's literally a non-nat 20.
Alright, so you start juggling your hand axes, they start juggling their knives, and after a while you guys start trading places. Like, you get knives instead of hand axes.
Oh.
And after a few minutes, they say something, and you're like, what? What? And you just hear Sid go, they don't know how to stop!
Oh. Actually, I've never done this good before. I don't know how to stop.
Okay, well,
All
good
right.
luck!
This just keeps going.
I'm gonna just make a con save to see how long I can probably last with this before I get tired.
Just catch it with your face.
I'm just getting the kiwi out of my hair while he's juggling.
Yeah, Sebastian is helping you with that.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I got an 18, so I'm probably good for a while.
Yeah, you guys are sitting there, you're like, it's been like 20 minutes. Are they, what?
Catch it in your mouth.
All right.
Use the teeth.
I actually,
So, Kreg, make me a dexterity check.
Okay. All right. Oh, okay. That's a 16.
Alright, so you're sitting there and you go, I know how to stop this. He just said it. So you grab two of your hand axes out of the air as the third one kind of spins up,
Yeah.
starts coming down, and everyone just gasps as you just open your mouth. You go, ah!
Yes.
And you manage to catch it by the handle instead of the blade.
Oh, good.
At least he didn't cut his tongue out, though I wonder if that would have made him quieter.
Or his jaw off.
I don't see what the problem would be with that.
And now I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
Daggers.
Oh, okay. That's 12.
You're gonna take 4 points of piercing damage
Okay.
as the kobolds who were juggling just stop juggling. And the
Yes.
knives just come flying down at you.
It's okay. I'm gonna say that it hits him, and because it's only 4 points of damage out of everything I have, I'm just like, I barely notice. It's kind of just like, he looks around just like, what happened to your knives? It's kind of like a bunch on his back, like all of them on his back. Just like him turning around like, where did it go?
And they just kind of look at you,
So he-
look at the crowd, look at you. Ta-da!
I
clap.
clap. Yay!
Kreg bows.
All right, now the big musical number, and you just hear bagpipes start again.
Oh, Kreg helps with that minor illusion.
And it's about a 15-minute long bagpipe song.
I could wipe them all out. They'd never see it coming.
Who are you saying that to?
Jelltur.
I blame Piper.
You blame me. Oh, you blame me.
You didn't have the leash short enough. The leash clearly wasn't short enough.
Keep talking like that, boy, and I will get you a leash instead.
You'd like that, wouldn't you? But no, let's not kill the friendly yet obnoxious kobolds.
They're harmless.
It's Kreg times 20.
Harmless is
More like times 40, but okay.
harmless is a word that I wouldn't choose for them.
I mean, they're performers.
My eyes kinda did need to see their dance routine.
Which they're currently doing in a very stompy way. And then a very high-pitched, wailing note held together on several bagpipes echoes out for about 15 seconds before finally dying away, and they all strike a pose.
Yeah, my ears and eyes do not feel unharmed.
I mean, that is a whole other thing. I meant like physical harm.
Yep. So they all bow, they jump off the stage, and they begin cleaning up for their next ambush.
It's a performance ambush.
It's a performance ambush. Yep.
So, Brian, with the 7, do I notice the daggers in my back?
Not yet.
Okay.
Well, thank you, my friends, for sharing that performance with us.
You're welcome.
I know it's not much, but I give them a gold
Ooh.
from my pouch. Thank you.
And he turns around and he hands it to this older kobold woman. No one ever pays us.
I mean, you did a good job, and really, you were also very helpful in, telling us about what's up at the mountains. I appreciate it.
No problem. It's a lot easier to show people, but, no one talks very much to us.
I don't know why. You're awesome.
He does the finger tusks again, and he goes, this guy just kept walking and ignored us. We could have told him not to go the way he was going. There's an easier way in.
There is?
Mm-hmm.
Could you tell me, perhaps?
It's a crack in the earth.
A crack in the earth?
The crack in the earth.
The crack.
Mm-hmm.
Just have Kreg walk
and-
through it. There, problem solved.
And where is the crack in the earth? I'm not
That
from around
way!
here.
And he points.
Thank you. It's in the ground, right? Or in the side of the mountain?
Yeah.
Is it
No,
in the ground?
The crack in the earth is in the sky.
Shut up, Scratch. Or should I call you Kitty Cat again?
Mr. Whiskers.
Cat.
Is the crack in the earth, like, at the base of the mountain?
He just kind of stares blankly at you.
I take out my notebook and I kind of, like, give a rough drawing of the mountain and, like, where the earth is. I go, is it actually, like, in the earth here? Showing, like, the flat land next to it.
You could ask them to show us.
I could show you.
Could you?
Yeah.
That would be great, actually.
Okay. He turns around and he says something in the language you don't understand to the older kobold woman. And he turns back and goes, Mom says it's okay.
Fuck.
Let me get my stuff.
Is she?
She has a lot of kids, I'm assuming.
Well, they're not all her kids.
I don't know. I don't know her life choices. I accept all life choices.
He goes and he grabs his bow and a bag.
We will bring him back safely, I promise.
She doesn't understand you.
Could you tell her for me that we'll bring you back safely?
Sure. He turns around and says it. And she just kind of nods.
Kreg walks up to her and gives her the 2 pits he has in his bag and goes, "Carrot suit," and just walks away.
She's just kind of holding them, looking at you. Even on her little draconic face, there's just confusion.
Lead the way, my friend.
Okay.
Oh, can I take the daggers out of Craig's back?
Yeah. You don't... Kreg, make a perception check.
Okay.
Acupuncture.
Yeah, Brian, how many, like, daggers are in my bag
4.
right now
There
still?
are 4.
4?
1 for each point of damage.
Oh, okay. That's a 11.
Yeah, you're not even noticing Jelltur taking these out of your bag.
Oh,
You're just kind of humming to yourself.
Now I have 6 daggers.
You're welcome.
Catch it in your mouth.
Basically, after he pulls each one out, he kind of scratches the area, just like, what was that?
I've been trying to say, I was pulling them out. Just dink, pocket, dink, pocket.
Oh, I go up to Piper and go, horny lady, how was my show?
You did very well. You should be proud. You should all be proud.
I am. I'm better at this than I thought. I should do it more.
I mean, maybe not catch it with your teeth. That was a little risky, especially
Nah,
if
you
you're.
did just fine.
Okay.
Hey, Jelltur, or
Yeah.
DM, can I have Jelltur make a dex check for me?
Sure.
Because I would
Dex
like to
check.
try to trip him with my tail.
9.
I got a natural 20.
So you go, nah, it's fine. Whoop, boom! And you look up and Sid's just standing over you. Watch out for roots!
Yeah,
root.
especially red ones.
And my tail just kind of swishes a little bit as we walk.
I stand up and dust myself off.
Alright, we continue, and Kreg is kind of like up front, I guess, with Sid, just kind of just pointing and being like, on an adventure.
Yep.
Yep.
Just kind of stares out at the wilderness. Kreg, go ahead and make a perception check.
Alright. That's a 4.
Alright, so you don't really notice it. All of a sudden, Sid's hand snaps up in front of you and makes you stop.
I stop and...
Okay.
What's wrong?
Shh. You see his eyes have gone from like these big orbs, they're slitted now. Like a serpent's.
Oh.
His entire demeanor has gone from jovial and goofy to completely on edge.
Kreg pulls out his great axe. Even he can tell when it's just like, okay,
Yep.
there may be a fight coming.
Yeah, you just see like every scale bristling as he's sniffing the air. He's looking around.
Draw my rapier.
I'll draw my bow and take cover behind a tree.
Alright.
I will get ready.
And you all get ready as a hulking form charges out of the underbrush. As it runs at you. A big, white, shaggy beast with the face of a bird and the body of a bear. Roll initiative.
A bird bear.
Yes, the mighty bird bear.
Yeah, the bird bear.
That should be an 8, darling.
So I have a 22.
Alright.
Nice.
18.
Alright.
14.
Alright, so Jelltur, you're the first to react.
How far is it from us?
It is currently charging toward... Let's see, which one of you would it be? It's currently charging towards Piper.
So how far is it from us currently? Like distance from Piper, I guess.
It just burst out of the tree line, so it's probably about 15 feet away from her.
Okay, so then I'll just take a shot.
Alright.
I technically didn't high, so it's a straight roll.
Yep.
17 plus 6.
That'll hit an owlbear.
Alright. It will deal 8 points of damage.
Alrighty.
And now I'll take the bonus action to hide.
Alright, so you shoot it and then duck behind the tree to hide. Roll your stealth.
18 or 10.
You feel hidden.
Yeah.
Scratch, you are up.
How far away is it from
About
me?
15 feet from Piper, depending on how far you were from Piper. I feel you were probably walking nearer to her than to Sid and Kreg.
I see mine on the other side
Yeah.
of the tree line. Like, on the other side of the road from Piper.
Yeah.
I'll move in on it and I will attack it. I will
Alright.
punch it.
Punchy time.
20 to hit.
That'll hit.
4 damage.
Alrighty.
And my unarmed strike. 21 to hit.
That'll hit.
7 damage. And that's my turn.
Alright. The owlbear will go. And the owlbear will continue its charge towards Piper because it's not going to just stop mid-charge. So, Scratch, if you would like to make a opportunity attack, you get the opportunity.
I would. 22 to hit.
That will hit.
6 damage.
Alrighty. It is going to swing at Piper.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's going to start with the beak. And that is a 14 to hit you.
That is my AC.
Alrighty. So it's going to just chomp into you for 13 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
And then the claw attack.
Misdirection.
I was wondering about that.
I'm like, how bad could a bite be? Like, really?
Yeah,
that
Albert's no
was-
joke. Albert's no jokes, actually.
So the high roll is 25. With disadvantage, it's 21.
Fuck.
And this one is 2 dice I get to roll. Ooh. 18 points of slashing.
Yeah, I'm down.
So with 2 deft hits, the owlbear drops Piper. She tries to twirl out of the way, but as she does, just BAM! Gets smashed in the back of the head with the claws and just goes face first into the dust.
Herbalism kit. Shove the
Well,
leaves
Kreg, it's
in
your
her
turn.
mouth. So I'm going to grapple this owlbear.
Okay. I would like to point out it is large and you are small.
That doesn't mean anything to Greg.
I'm not sure if you're going to be grappling it or trying to ride it.
I kind of wanted to try and I guess get my, I want to get my great axe under the owlbear's neck and kind of pull back if I can, grappling it.
All right. So roll me an athletics check, and it gets athletics or acrobatics, for whichever one is better for it. Which is going to be athletics.
Oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me. I know it doesn't matter, but I still got a nat 1.
All
and
right,
it's
so you
an 8.
jump onto it, and it rolled a 24. So you jump onto it to get your axe underneath its throat, trying to wrangle it a little bit, and this thing rears back, showing off its full 8.5 foot height, and throws you clean off. You go flying ass over tea kettle and slam into the ground in a daze. You are knocked prone.
Okay. Damn it. Alright,
Well, there goes Kreg again.
You
That
can
was
use
my-
half your movement to stand on this turn because you hadn't moved very far. You were close enough to Piper.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I get up and I still have my action because I have
No.
from borrow.
Oh, is that a bonus action for you?
Yeah, it's a bonus action.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, there's a reason why I took it.
I forgot you took it. Yes, you're a tavern brawler, so making a grapple check is actually a bonus action for you.
Yeah. So, gonna do that, and then I'm going to... You know what?
Grapple again.
I'm gonna kind of backhand him with the axe, try to non-lethally, be like, no, stop it, bad.
All right, so you get up and you just baseball swing at him, trying to whack and get his attention, get him to stop doing what he's doing. Roll your attack.
Oh, that, 26.
That'll hit.
8 points of damage.
8 points of damage.
Yeah.
All right, so you whack at this thing and it kind of...
Stop it, bad.
All right, it is Sid's turn. So he runs over, places his hand on Piper, and Piper, your eyes flash open as 4 hit points are poured back into you. He casts Cure Wounds on you, and he looks down at you. Hi!
Hi.
Don't die!
I will try not to, thank you.
And then he pulls out his bow, and he's standing over you, between you and the owlbear. And that's his turn. So Piper, it's your turn.
I will use half of my movement to get up.
Alright. I'll say because Sid was kind of in your square, you can back out of the owlbear square without taking an attack of opportunity because you're kind of getting pushed out of your square.
Yeah, I will do that. I think we need a little bit of backup.
You're gonna back up?
I think we need some backup.
Oh, you need some backup.
So I will take out my Vule instead, and use 2 charges to do conjure animals. And I will get my... Ooh. Can I get 2 Kreg cats?
You could.
I'm going to get 2 Kreg cats.
As 2 large cats appear on either side of Piper as she begins fiddling. What tune would that be to?
Alright, so 2 Kreg cats, I need to roll for their initiative. They got 20 non-natural.
Alright, so they go before Scratch, but after Jelltur. Alright, so that is Piper's turn. Jelltur, you just watched Piper get wrecked. Kreg get thrown. Sid heal Piper somehow. Scratch straight up ignored by the owlbear. And Piper just summoned a couple of very large cats out of thin air.
I mean, she summoned bears before out of thin air, so...
True, but I'm just... This is a very interesting scene that happened in the last 6 seconds.
So how many cats are within a 20-foot radius of Piper?
2 T's on your shoulder, 2 Kreg cats on either side. Well, 1 Kreg cat on either side. And then Scratch. So you got 4 cats.
So I'm going to attack from stealth, all while thinking to myself, "Wow, Scratch's family reunion, crazy."
We're gonna have to send Jelltur to a sensitivity training, aren't we?
Yeah. Scratch has complained about this to HR so many times.
And Meow, we're going to have our seminar on treating others in the workplace. Meow, I need all of you to take your seats. And Jelltur's just sitting there twitching slightly, trying not to make the joke so he's not there another week.
Yeah, so with advantage, I got a 6 and 8, so 12 and a 14.
The 14 will hit, the 12 will not.
Alright, 16.
16. Alrighty. So Jelltur, you just out of stealth, out of the trees comes an arrow and just pierces into the thing's hide, and it roars in pain, which just eggs on the Kreg cats, and it's their turn.
No, it's still my turn. What are you talking about? I'm a bonus action hide. 21.
Yes, you beat its passive perception of 13.
Alright, so 1 Kreg cat will go for the left leg of the owlbear, the other one will go for the right leg.
Alright.
Since it stood up.
Yeah, roll the attacks.
Alright, so I think a 17 will hit the left.
It will.
A 10, however, will not hit the other one.
It will not.
So the 1 bite happens. That is a really good cat. That got a 10 on the die, so 13 points of damage.
Alright.
Good kitty.
So what happens is 1 cat goes and grabs it by the left arm and just pulls down so fast the other cat's not able to. You just see the jaws snap in thin air, and it just slams the bird into the ground that makes this hooing, roaring noise that just turns to a gurgle as the cat just presses its claws into the chest, brings its teeth into the neck, and just starts vigorously shaking back and forth as it rips the throat from the beast.
I go over to the owlbear, go, "Your time was too short. Who wants to hide?"
This has been the Reliably Chaotic podcast. Champions of Solane is an original Dungeons & Dragons adventure written by Bryan Scharf using the Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition rule set published by Wizards of the Coast. My name is Bryan Scharf, and I've been your DM. You can reach me at ReliableDM on Twitter.
This is Jair, also known as J.A., and I play the character of Jelltur Jactus.
This is Nicole Summers, and I play Piper.
This is Matthew Reed, and I play Scratch.
This is Andrew Brown, and I play Kreg.
Theme music by Adrian von Ziegler. All other music by Kevin MacLeod on the Incompetech website and Adrian von Ziegler. Detailed information on music used in this episode is provided in its description. Music for this episode was selected by Nicole Summers, and the episode was edited by Matthew Reed. Contact us on Twitter at Reliably Chaotic, email us at reliablychaotic@gmail.com, or join our Discord server by following the link in our description. If you like us and want to support our show, please consider becoming a patron at patreon.com/reliablychaotic, or by leaving a 5-star rating and review on iTunes. Thank you for listening, and we hope to see you again in our next adventure.